what's up, y'all? It's D. About to react to this vid by Omizi. It's titled Cinco exposed DDG after 1 day in Capaholics. So several people have told me to react to this whole Cinco versus DDG situation. They are beefing. I guess someone else DDG is beefing with. But yeah, let's see exactly what's going on. Let's watch.
Like, it's not a real group, bro. Like, that ain't real. Them ain't real. Like, and I'm not saying, like, speaking on as far as everybody individually. I'm just speaking as a group. That's not a real friend group, bro. That's not a real friend group. Like I said, it felt like he was the program. He ran the program. You know what I'm saying? So they
it usually isn't. I'm always telling y'all that these people y'all be seeing together online all the time, these niggas is not friends. 95% of the time, they're not friends.
And just turn it down, like coming at in real disrespectful ways, talking to it like a friend would never talk to. Then like,
yeah, I want to start off by saying Cinco is lying. I am the program. Yeah, sure.
Call me DD program.
Talk about grand opening and then grand closing. Doing group content isn't some sort of unfamiliar venture for DDG. He had one in the past featuring Pootie and Shark and Ty the Guy and some other content creators. And we all know how successful group content can be. If you look at 2Hype, if you look at FaZe, if you look at AMP, Sideman for what it's worth, doing some sort of group content has always shown in content creation that it can be very, very lucrative. But this isn't just a venture that you throw together. And to be honest with you, for every AMP and Beta Squad that's out there, there's a failed group that had a couple of months of success, had a bunch of turmoil behind the scenes, whether it was about money, women, drugs, whatever the case may be, and they fell off just as quick as they started. Which brings me to the Capaholics. People have been talking about how collaboration and streaming is something that is going to propel a bunch of people forward, so it naturally made sense for a new streaming group to prop up. That is the group that DDG started, featuring likes of Cinko, his brother Dub, and Deshae Freaky Frost.
Yeah. Come on now.
This one, I remember him from this beauty influencers videos. Aaliyah J. Yes. Aaliyah Arnell? No, Aaliyah J. It's Aaliyah J. Sorry, I'm getting these people mixed up. I'm pretty sure it's her name. He was on her videos, so I guess he stuck around with the influencer community after they broke up. Very interesting.
Now, I want to make something very clear. I'm going to go into group content a little bit later into this video, but I just want people to know that you cannot throw groups together. I understand they can be very lucrative, having somebody else to bounce content ideas off of 24/7, 365, and that is the service level. But there's something
I think it's Aaliyah's face. It don't matter.
That goes into this, and this is why other groups have failed in the past. You can't just slap a bunch of content creators together or a bunch of guys you think is funny together in order to make some sort of group. There's dynamics and energies, and there's a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff that have to do with people's personality that have to come into play. And we know that there can be some strong personalities when we're dealing with DDG, Dub, Deshae Frost, and Cinko. So off rip, I was skeptical as hell. Now, if I had to do a hierarchy of who is in this group, I would say it's DDG up here, and then Cinko falling somewhere short, but definitely second in this group when it comes to who is the most poppin'est, littest streamer. So it was very interesting that a lot of people saw him in the trailer, but didn't see him in the opening of the whole subathon, streamathon, new group introduction. So naturally, a lot of people will have questions, and DDG came quickly and confirmed that he was not in it. Who you see today is who is in this group.
I understand, bro. I don't get it.
That was fast.
But I'm going to address the elephant in the room, y'all, because nobody else is. Whoever y'all see in this group is in this group. Whoever y'all see today is in this group.
Why is the toilet paper holder so high up? I've never seen that before. It's like way up here. That's so weird. What type of bathroom is this?
Things can be further explained later on, but for right now, that's just what it is.
They literally announced the group on like the 29th of September. On the 30th of September, they got together, and then on the 1st of October, they were already broken up. I think it's the most amazing thing in the world. Now, there are some other groups that we should probably cover on this channel that are seemingly having a falling apart. You know, we've addressed Max leaving FaZe, and then there's some speculation about Your Rage also not being in FaZe anymore because he's not there for the subathon. But the difference is that Your Rage and Max, for what it's worth, have been a part of FaZe and other groups for a long time. I don't think I've ever seen a group be started and instantly fractured a day after its creation, especially by the second biggest member. Usually when people leave the group, it's from the members that really don't matter. You know, the Mopies of the world. My bad. But if became very clear very fast that they were distancing themselves from any affiliation that they had with Cinco. A day into the group project. Now, y'all should know my slogan by now. This is why I love the internet. Because we're not going to go too far into any sort of time period without getting a response. Everybody exists here. They're going to have to fess up as to what happened. And Cinco opens up some interesting conversations about DDG, about Dub, about Deshae, and about group projects as a whole. You know, group content.
I'm just speaking as a group. That's not a real friend group, bro. That's not a real friend group. Like, our friend group was always based off of the ranks of popularity. Like, last year I was at the bottom of the rank. If I put up to the club late, nigga tell me, nigga, it's over. Like, you can't even get in the club. Like, I'm not coming out to get you.
Wow.
You gotta call, like, T.O. or somebody, you feel me? Like, that's the only way a nigga get somewhere. Like, you know, and that's just a representation of the dynamic of the friend group, you know what I'm saying? Shout out everybody that's a real nigga in this bitch, that really stand on certain shit, that really show love, and they got fucked over a couple times and still remain the same guy. I got fucked over in relationships, and I'm still the same nigga. Nigga told me I shouldn't ask my girl out with a bag and all that. Man, I don't give a fuck what I go do, I'm still the same nigga. You can't let certain shit change, bro. You know, of course you can move a little different on that, but don't let that shit change who you is, bro. If that's who you is, that's who you is, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you a solid nigga, don't let no money change you, nigga. Fuck that money. You say fuck that money, nigga. That's selling your soul. Say fuck that money, nigga.
Boy, those are some heavy allegations. I think this is where my unique perspective can come into play here. I remember the inception of A&P, not necessarily as just a fan of the content group, but also as somebody who worked behind the scenes with them. And these were guys who had known each other for quite a while at that point. I think dating back to like the 2K16 days, 2K15 days. They were playing online with each other, you know, getting to know each other offline, meeting up IRL and making content together, having fun, you know, kind of growing as young men in the industry together. This is when there wasn't a bunch of money tied to this industry. It was just a bunch of guys who were passionate about making content, coming together and creating said content. Now, if you fast forward to 2025, the word is out and there is money to be made. But that doesn't mean that you can just shoehorn people together that don't have real relationships or connections in order to make content. Yeah, I think some of these people have one similar link, which might be DDG in the matter. But ultimately, fixing a bunch of people in order to make money and strike hot in this content game is not going to yield you long-lasting results, especially because of the personality differences. With the foundation of this group being based off of money, that is always going to be the crux of any decision that they make. Who gets the most screen time? Who gets into the club first? Who gets the biggest piece of chicken? It's always going to be around who has the most fame, who has the most success, and who has the most motion at the moment. That means somebody can dictate these things and order these steps. This is why it doesn't surprise me that Cinco ultimately reveals that, you know, this ain't no real friendship. This is just a hierarchy. This is just a money ploy. This is just a game.
Yeah, I want to start off by saying Cinco is lying.
I'm lying. Hey, show the message. Hey, that's why I leave it at that. Show the message. I ain't gotta say nothing else, gang. You wanna prove it to me? Show the message.
I don't get when niggas be like, you think you bigger than the program. What exactly is the program, though? I haven't figured that out yet. I'm gonna have to do some research.
I don't mind responding to Cinco because, you know, at one point me and Cinco was homies. So if this gonna help him financially, I'm cool with that. You feel me? I don't have a problem with that. I never started. Everybody always start with me, and then all of a sudden I'm the bully, I'm the mean guy when I keep it going. Oh, you doing too much. Oh, be the bigger person, this and that. Well, I never started with nobody. Everybody always start with me. I do not take Cinco serious. I'm just trying to get some money.
Like, to say a nigga drive, like, to make fun of a nigga win and discredit a nigga success, I made you and all that shit hurt, cuz, like, if a nigga said all that to y'all, bro, and this is just the surface of it, this ain't even the messages, but if a nigga would've treated y'all how they treated me getting in that group chat game, like, you would've left that shit too, you would've stepped a foot in that shit. You would've been like, man, I'm gonna show you niggas. I don't know how, nigga, but I'm gonna show you niggas.
I don't need y'all.
Even if it don't amount to greater than other niggas, I'm good for myself. And I forgive niggas, not for them, but for me, so I can walk around and at peace and walk around and enjoy my accomplishments. Various times I try to leave our group chat, you know what I'm saying, and defuse the situation, you know, but like I said, a nigga felt like he was the program. He ran the program, you know what I'm saying? So a nigga kept adding me back and just tearing a nigga down, like coming at a nigga in real disrespectful ways, talking to a nigga like a friend would never talk to. Then like,
now before we go into a real deep dive, I do want to remind everybody that this is DDG. This is the guy.
I don't understand why he would make that up. He's about, oh, he's the lion. Why would he make that up? And this just supports what I've already known about these fake ass YouTube and streaming relationships. So this supports what I already know about this industry. So I believe him. What he's saying is very, very believable. So I don't understand what DDG is saying he's lying about exactly. Like, he's not even stating what he claims he's lying about. It's not even like he's saying anything too outlandish. He ain't saying you slapped his mama or nothing like that. Like, he's just saying that, you know, you was on some bullshit. You was trying to run shit. And DDG does strike me as someone who's super arrogant and he feel like I'm bigger than all y'all. Because, I mean, he is. But that doesn't mean you have to treat people like that. Because just like you have with Kai and AMP, obviously Kai is the bigger one in the group. But I've never seen him belittle any of his, you know, group mates. Or none of them have ever come out and said, well, not to my knowledge. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I've never heard any of them come out and be like, oh, Kai think he better than us, or he was trying to boss us around. Like, I just don't get that vibe from them at all. And same thing with RDC. Mark, he's the head person or the main face that everybody knows. He's the most popular one, but he also doesn't give off that energy. But DDG does. He gives off that energy like, fuck all y'all, like I'm that nigga. Like, you know, he just has that arrogant vibe to him. So that's also why I feel like what Cinko is saying is very believable.
Was talking about starting internet drama, internet beef, for clicks, likes, and views. That was his.
I know there's people who think I don't like DDG. I don't give a fuck about these people. When will you people learn? I don't care. Okay, I've said many positive things about DDG over the years, and you know I'll critique him when some shit pops up, and I'll just state my opinion. But I don't care about this man. It makes me no difference whether he's in the right or wrong. I don't care about these people.
Making shtick at Streamer University is that you want to.
I thought to put that out. His little dick riders be coming over here annoying me.
Sort of drama.
Every time you react to DDG, our goat, you always hating on DDG. Stop reacting to him if you're gonna hate on him. That's what they be saying in my comment.
For the sake of engagement, for the sake of getting views up, for the sake of doing all these different things. And for the most part, that stuff is rang true. We see how he's dealt with Reggie over the past couple of months, so I can see him playing into that. It also plays out in DDG changing his Twitter bio to the program and saying that he is the program as opposed to being bigger than the program. And it also doesn't help that the reactions of the other members of the group aren't necessarily the best. Like, they're kind of playing with it a little bit too.
This needs Batman. Cinco, DDG, call Batman ASAP.
I feel like when you a streamer, this is the type of shit you gotta do. Listen, I could fucking never. The streaming is not for me at all. I'm not jumping through hoops, putting on costumes, and doing backflips to entertain nobody. It's not giving that. Fuck y'all. Not y'all, but I mean the people who like this type of shit. Cause like what?
Yo.
Hey, bro, they think it's a script. It's not a script.
I wasn't gonna say it was a script because it's not my business. But I mean, if you say it's like, yeah, this shit real, I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, I'm finna go live and look, but I ain't gonna talk about it today. I'm just gonna enjoy this fight.
If it was a script and I wanted people to believe that it wasn't a script, the first thing I would say is this is real. Like, I don't know, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice.
The reason why I think this might be real to some degree is because it's not too outlandish. If it was like some wild shit, like I said, somebody mama getting slapped, or you push me down the stairs, or just something, it has to be like a little bit of it to where it's like, huh? You know, then I would be like, all right, this shit seems fake. But this seems very realistic, and like I said, DDG does seem like he would act like this, so it just sounds like a very reasonable story. But I'm not putting it past them. It could be fake. Who knows?
Let's continue on the video.
My main thing with this whole group is I want to get to a point where we can be looked at like AMP or looked at like a phase where, you know, we getting brand deals and we like, you know what I'm saying, we really building some shit.
So that's telling me that's where his head is at. That's his main motivating force is money, brand deals, and you're not gonna get too far when that's the first thing on your mind. You have to really enjoy this content shit in order to really stick to it and keep it up for longer periods of time. It can't just be, oh, I just want the money. I just want the money. But that's why so many people try at this and they don't succeed and they don't see success long term. Is because they're just like, I need to get paid. I need to get paid. And it's like, it's bigger than that. It's more than that.
That's substantial. That's why when we dropped the trailer, it said October 1st and forever. And I know, I feel like maybe it would have been more transparent if we would have did a trailer in the actual house rather than doing it in a Airbnb.
This bathroom is so busted. I hate it.
But at the same time,
why are there holes in the wall as well? Where is this? Is this some gas station bathroom? Where are they?
More so about, just it's not about the house, it's about the creator. That's what I'm trying to say.
Was the only room available to do this the bathroom or what? The difference between what DDG is doing and what other groups have done in the past is that other groups were composed of content creators who had already had high levels of success. 2Hype had Cash, LSK, Jesser, who all had about 1 million before getting into the game. Same thing with AMP. Their collective people had almost 1 million subscribers before they got into the space as well. Look at the FaZe Clan. All of them were successful streamers who were averaging at least over like 5,000 per stream before they got into FaZe or whatever. But when I look at DDG's group, it's just that. It's DDG's group. Especially with the subtraction of Cinko, nobody in this group is pulling over 1,000 concurrent viewers. So they're going to have the identity of being DDG's group. In this group is
oh yeah. Huh.
Pulling over 1,000 concurrent viewers. So they're going to have the identity of being DDG's group. It almost feels like a record label. Something where there's this main artist over it and they have a bunch of artists below them. And the bigger artists...
Yeah, his cloud is way beyond theirs.
But not
this
really
ain't gonna
like
work.
a group venture. And what I can also say from the clips that we are looking at, these guys seem to barely be friends. So once you start mixing business practices with people that are barely friends, it never is going to turn out well. It's always going to turn out to shit. It's going to expose the bad things that already existed in the friendship, on top of the business matters that aren't going well either.
When the bottles came out, we said Capaholics. So we all was a friend group. But the only thing between our friend group is that some people was cooler than other people, and some others was cooler than other, and then we all combined. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is friends. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, T.O. might hang out with Derek and Cinco more. You get what I'm saying? I hang around Derek and Deshae. Me and my brother hang with Rich more. Kelly and my brother hang around more.
So y'all aren't
You get what I'm saying? But we all were friends. We all, like, we all in one. Like, this is my birthday. Every birthday we pop out for each other. But I feel like when it, like, you know what I'm saying? Once you mix business with stuff, bro, it always go bad.
Dub just broke it down for us. They were barely friends from the jump. It seemed like, different pockets of people who had different connections. A total of 9 of them, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here. And they had some sort of, degree of separation.
This also don't work. I tried to do this. Well, it wasn't my idea, but I was in a friend group where this happened. And it did not work well. And it was this literal dynamic to where it's like, these people are kind of cool. This person kind of cool to this person. And then we tried to come together and make this friend group. And it was drama. Oh, it was a mess. That went down.
The larger group, and they kind of just mixed together or whatever. But then they started to put business on top of it, saying that, hey, I need people to give me stream ideas, stream content, or whatever the case may be. And that's how they decided to form a group. But it wasn't like they had true chemistry or whatever. They just popped bottles in the club together. And now they're about to see what happens when this friendship becomes a content group that is a business. And the business that is being made is content. It's relying on people actually being together and being in front of each other and literally doing stuff with each other, no matter what is going on.
Max told me it's a group now. So when y'all get into it, just know that y'all are a business. No, at first y'all was just a friend group. When it's business, when 2 niggas disagree or 3 niggas or 4 niggas disagree on something, you're not stopping, I'm just not going to reply to this nigga in the group chat anymore. Or if we go to the club or if we go out to eat, I'm just not going to go because I don't like them. Now it's like, I'm not doing content. I'm not doing business with this person.
I didn't give my predictions when this thing first came out, but I see it failing. Like, I actually do. And I know that sounds very harsh, and I don't want to see black men's endeavors fail, but I think one of the hardest things to do in content creation is start a group. Nobody's ever going to be on the same page about the message and the agenda. There's actually struggles behind the scenes that a lot of these groups do not talk about. And ultimately, what comes before the friendship is the business. It's a very, very hard balance to keep up, and a lot of people fail at doing that balance. Trust me, I've been behind the scenes of those long nights, those long fights, those I want to punch you moments, but ultimately we have to get on screen together. I know a lot of those OG AMP fans know about those days early before Kai came and before Chris came on camera. But if we have people with these types of attitudes and egos, it was never going to work regardless. So honestly, this was another wasted group like DDG's previous group. Man.
Yikes. Yeah, it seems like they did not start this group with a solid foundation. If you just have money and business in mind, when y'all are not even actual friends in real life, I don't understand how they expected this to work. Very odd. DDG even said out his own mouth, yeah, we want to be as big as AMP, and we want to be like, this group and that group. Like, so that's y'all main goal. It's not, we're really good friends and we're just making content together, having fun. If that's not what you're doing, it's not gonna work long term. it just never does, especially because DDG already has money, so I could see him also being like, man, fuck all y'all anyway, I'm already lit, bye, I'm doing my own shit, so I just think this is pointless, honestly. But good luck to them all. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.